Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Lynn Renee McDonald. I'm coming to you live again from Virginia Beach. All right. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about is basically reading between the lines and reading energy when people are speaking. That's a really big, broad topic. I understand that. However, one thing in particular is that really came up for me today, and that I feel like Spirit is telling me to speak with you guys about is the word no. So many people don't come out and say the word no to people when they need to. All right, so this is about this little segment here today is going to be about talking to people. When people talk to you, when you talk to them, how to say no, how to be direct, how to come from your heart and do this, okay? And reading all the energy within the words no, within the words yeses, and the words all in between that mean no and yes. So it's going to be like a combination little video segment here that's going to talk to you about these things so you get an understanding when you're speaking to people, how exactly what it is that you want to say with your intent, or what it is that you want to do, or what it is that you need to hear when people are talking to you, because both of these things are crucial when you want to have the best, healthiest communication from love. Remember, everything is about love. Having the best, healthiest communication is where you want to be, what you want to be doing, and in that space, in your heart space, in your love space, love energy space at the highest vibration, with love energy for everything you do when you speak to people and when you speak for yourself as well. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is I had a conversation with a young man today, and I asked him to do something. He said he wanted to work with me, and I'm like, okay, great. You want to work with me? And he wanted to do some kind of a barter agreement thing. All right. And one of the things that came up is he said to me, I said to him, hey, well, are you watching my YouTube page? Because you can learn a lot from that page. I said, if you want to know what I do and you think that you want to work with me and you want to learn enlightenment with me, great. I said, however, if we're going to do barter, here's what you can do for me. And you can go and sign up on my YouTube and subscribe. I said, because that will help me get more people, get the word out, spread the word out, right? So this is what I said to him. And as I said this, he kind of had an excuse for he's busy, or he has to have this going, he has to have an email to do this, and he doesn't have the time, or he's like, all of those things are a no, right? So the bottom line is with him, what I said is, if you really want to work with me, you do. If you want to do things, you do. Okay? So the fact that he's saying, I want to do this, I want to work with you, which is great. And then I asked him from a positive, healthy energy exchange place to do something for me. And here he is, I'm going to do this barter agreement with you. Here he is already, right off the bat, saying, I can't do this. All right, that is just, now I love this kid. He's great. He really wants to get it, and I'm sure I'm going to work with him. However, my job from a place of love energy for me and everybody is to teach the truth about communication, the truth about everything and what's going on, so you get a better understanding in the truth of everything for you, so you can live your greatest life. So my job is to call people on their shit, okay? And that's exactly what Spirit does through me, from love, It's not meant to be mean in any way, shape, or form, but it is the truth, the God's honest, authentic truth, okay? So basically, he said, he had a bunch of different excuses. Then he was like, and his energy was, So if he wants to do it, he's going to say yes. He's going to straight up say yes. And he's going to do it, okay? That means you're really going to do it. And then you go and you do it, right? So already he has some reservations here about working with me or doing this, or doesn't want to give anything of his time. So this tells me all about his reaction to what I was asking him to do for me. Remember, everything is an energy exchange, an energy agreement. So when he doesn't answer me straight up, I know that he's not really authentically in that space from love, and that he can't do what he says he can do, and that I have to be aware of what the truth is about the communication here and what he is saying to me, because really he's saying no, he can't do that. So my job is is to call him on it. Hey, here's what's going on. You're telling me ABC, all the excuses and reasons why you can't do something, then I can't work with you. Because I ask you to do something and it has to be a positive, healthy energy exchange. And if you can't do that, your language, all your actions, what you're doing tells me everything about you. So the answer here is no. So if people don't tell you no straight up, or you don't tell them no straight up, you really have to take a look at it, because everything people do tells you. If they don't answer you, they look the other way, they straight up ignore you, they give you excuses and reasons why they cannot do something, but they don't come out and say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. All of these things are ways that people say no, that isn't direct, and it tells you the truth about them and what's going on here. And it's part of a lack of communication of an unwellness space, communication skills in an unwellness space is what this really is. It's a lack of positive, healthy, love energy communication skills, which tells me that you don't love yourself in the healthiest, best way, because you can't stick up for you from love. If you don't want to do something, it's freaking okay. If you don't want to do it, it's okay. All right. But straight up tell people. There is nothing wrong with telling people no and telling people the truth from love. Be straight up though, and be honest and direct. That's coming from love for you and everybody. And when you listen to people and you ask them to do things, listen to what they are saying, because they will tell you everything about their true meaning in authentic communication if you listen and read the energy. And if you don't know how to do that, you ask God that you can. You ask God that you do, okay? So those are just some examples. Here's another example of somebody saying no to me without saying no, all right? Here's an example. One of my exes, I said, hey, man, why can't you just get your shit together? I love you. You love me, right? And I know that he does, but he doesn't answer me, okay? And I said, why can't you just do this? Get it together, right? And then I'm like, okay. You know, he totally ignores me, totally doesn't say anything, changes the subject, talks about something else. Okay, so that tells me that he's not into me. He's not into getting back together with me, and that's okay. But spirit, then I said to God, in those few moments, I said, okay, because I bring everything to God, everything to love energy. It's the same thing, everything to source, okay? Love energy in its highest form is God, all right? I bring it right to source, and I say, hey, why can't this guy get it together? I know he loves me. He knows he loves me. All right. But he just can't be in that space. He can't be in that space. And his answer to me tells me that. The fact that he didn't answer me, that's a no. That's a, I can't do this. And what is so funny about this, then I look inside his car, because he got a new car, and I wanted to see his new car, and it's a nice car, and I'm happy for him, right? So I look inside his new car, and I asked Spirit, I said, why can't this guy answer me? And I look inside his new car, and there's a CD in there, and you know what it says on it? It says disturbed. So he can't be with me, not because he doesn't love me, but because he's not well in his soul. All right. So Spirit will always tell you the truth. He couldn't answer me because he doesn't have the best love for himself within himself, and my heart feels for him, and I still love the dude. The bottom line is, though, I can't be with him. Can't be with somebody who can't be in their true, authentic heart space. Not only for themselves, but for you as well. If they can't communicate, that's a big problem. But his answer is telling me the truth. And I have to honor that from love for him and for myself. And that's okay. But this is just another example of, Spirit telling me the truth about what's going on. So when people don't answer you, again, people don't answer you, they're not direct, they give you excuses, they don't straight up say no, they're not able to get it. And also, the deal is, he couldn't be in that love energy space in the healthiest way for him. Therefore, he can't be the partner that I need. But he can't tell me that because he's super unwell in here. And I can love him and I can let him go. That is the nature of enlightenment and love energy. It does magic things in your soul from the highest vibe of love, and then there's no more unwellness in you when you have to deal with situations like this, when people tell you no, and maybe it's not what you would really like. I would love to be with him, but it's okay that I'm not, because love energy says, hey, it's okay. I don't have to be with you. See you in the next life. And as long as I'm in the healthiest, best space of love within myself, I understand the communication here. And when I don't, or I'm confused, or I need assistance from God, or somebody can't answer me. Hey, God, what is the God's honest truth here? Is their answer no? What are they saying? Tell me the truth, because I need to know for me and him, or me and them and all. Okay, so those are really great examples. When people don't straight up say no, you have to look at that. And their actions tell you that too. The same thing is true, like, if I call somebody and they don't return my call, if they do it a whole bunch of times, 3 is the charm. Remember that. 3 strikes, you're out. If they don't respond to you, and 3 times you let them go. It's the universe telling you, hey, this isn't what's best for you. Same thing with this guy. I know I love him, but in the space that he's in his soul, he's not well. So he cannot be with me. I cannot be with him. And he can't even tell me that, because he can't say no, but he can't say yes, but he doesn't address it, but he kind of does. But the real truth is the answer is no. And that's okay, because I love myself in the healthiest, best way. And do I really want to be with somebody who can't be the partner that I need? No, I don't. I can't. It's not healthy for me. It's not coming from the highest vibration of love. So those are 2 really great examples of using the word no in our realities, and understanding when somebody speaks to you, that when their answer is no, okay? The other thing is, when you say no, come from love. Be straight up. You're afraid to tell somebody the truth. Most of the time, everything is based in 2 things. Not most of the time, all the time. It's love and fear. Okay, so if you don't tell somebody the truth about how you feel from your heart, if you don't want to do something, straight up tell them. Say, hey, I love you, but I cannot do this, and this is why. Or, hey, I love you, I can't do this, I don't have the time. But or whatever the answer is, but from love. But make sure you're coming from the highest vibration of love when you respond to people, and that you're straight up in the God's honest truth space. And if you don't feel like you can be that, or you don't feel like you can do that, you ask God that you can. You ask love energy that you can. If you don't feel like, you're stuck in the middle and you don't know the answer, you don't know how to answer, and you want to not give an answer, okay? Remember, you can use all these tools and techniques. You can use them in a positive, healthy way from love, but it's always best to be straight up whenever possible, and always from love, okay? And when you don't know how to do that, you ask God that you do. You ask God to speak through you. You ask God that you're able to do this from the highest vibe of love, okay? So this is how you really, really and truly do communication, is from love energy first, at the highest vibration of love possible, that's possible in your heart space, always. You want to be in the highest vibe? You ask God that you are. You ask God to speak through you. If you don't know what to say, you ask God for the best communication, the best way to speak to people, the best place of love energy for you, and everything will work out fantastic always, okay? So, and the same thing is true with yes. Always, if you want to say yes to people, tell them from your heart. Be honest, be straight up. It's a similar thing. If somebody says yes and they're like, yeah, well, they don't really want to do it. Or they don't answer you again. The answer is no. They're both in alignment, yes and no. Communication, similar things. So if somebody says they're going to do something and they don't do it, obviously the answer is no, they're not going to do it, okay? So, let me see, anything else, Spirit, that we need to talk about to teach you guys to read the energy of what's truly going on when people say yes? If they're like, yeah, I want to do this, and they come out and they do it, great. But their actions tell you everything about what the truth is about what's going on. Yes, I sort of want to do it. Yes, no, I don't want to do it. Or yeah, I'll do that. When people do that shit, you know that they're going to do it, or they say they're going to do it, but they're not really into it. So remember that when you respond to people with yeses and nos about what you want to do in your communication, and you don't know how, you got all the tools that you need here to work in this space and have better communication than you could ever possibly have in any reality when you don't come from this space of love, okay, in its highest form. So that's what I wanted to speak to you guys about today. When you say yes to people, when you say no to people, and reading that energy of people, and when you say those things, their actions, their response, them not responding to you, not calling you back, yes and no, tells you the answers. But the truth is also, everything they do tells you about them. It's all energy, so you read into that. You don't know the truth about something, you ask God that you know the God's honest, authentic truth truth, and you will get it. You just wait. As I hear they say these sayings out here, wait for it, wait for it. Spirit tells me all the time, wait for it, and it will come. So wait for it, and it will come, okay? All right, so this will give you great, great, great tools to communicate with people every day, all the time, and in your life. Okay, so have a great day, everybody. I love you lots, and be the greatest you can be. Come from love in everything that you are, okay? All right, talk with you soon. Bye-bye.